This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, great. So we have started the recording. So you all will get the recording after the session on Selectors of YouTube channel. This recording will be available. So do not worry if like anything you miss in between, and that recording will be available for future reference. Okay, without any further delay, let's get started. Once again, welcome all for this bootcamp. Okay, so basically the agenda about this bootcamp is like we'll be explaining and discussing about the testers daily problem and what is the solution for those problem, and pretty much every solution which we will discuss today in this meeting you will be able to immediately use in your day-to-day work, in your testing work, like whatever software testing you will be doing. And there will not be will not be giving any kind of like high level gyan that you should do this and do that and then you will become the hero, something like that. Okay, so let's start with this thing, like what's happening in testing today. So how do you guys get to know about like what kind of blogs, what kind of tutorials came, how many YouTube videos came, and now if there is any event is happening, like this bootcamp is happening today. So how did you guys get to know about these kind of information? Can anybody would like to answer? You guys can unmute yourself right now. Not more people are there, so you can reply by that way, uh, or
I'm
you can type
using,
here in the chat.
sorry, Preeti this side. So I'm using Testing Daily app by which I come to know about this bootcamp.
Okay, great. I guess someone, Nazma, you are not able to hear. Okay, great. So yeah, some people use testing daily, and some people like got to know from different channels of like let's say Slack channel of SelectorsHub or Telegram group or like LinkedIn group or any kind of like post on social media. But you see, if you observe that there could be a chance that like let's say I have made a post on LinkedIn today. Here I made a post, but in the time like when I made a post, you might not there might be a chance that you might not have opened LinkedIn, and that post might go down. Or if you have open Slack channel or some other post came, then this message can also like just go away from here, right? So there should be something like a suitable place that whenever you want to get update about all the testing events, all the like testing related post, blogs, article, or YouTube videos. So for that, we have this testing daily extension as well as the mobile app as well, which keeps you guys updated with all the latest software testing related, like everything, like any kind of trends which are related to software testing that you get it from here. So you see that we have this testing daily app installed in extension installed in our browser. So every time you open new tab, it automatically serves this feed, which helps us to know what kind of like blogs article came today, and then I can quickly go through them and see that okay, these many articles came, these many blogs are there, what people are writing, what people are discussing, what new API, what new tool came, what kind of job market is there in software testing. And now good thing is that we have this event tab as well here. So if you click on this event tab, it will show you all the upcoming events related to software testing. Like you see that today this software bootcamp, selectors of bootcamp is happening on 4th June. So this is like showing here. So anything which is going to come in future, any kind of event, you can see here the date wise, whether that event is online, offline. This is a very new feature recently launched. Even if you guys are using testing daily, you might not be aware about this feature. So this is I guess around last week we have launched this. So you can see that all these information, like this is whether this event is online, free, for how many hours this event is going to be. And if you click on this, you will get more details, like who has published this, what is the start date, end date, hours, online, offline, free, and then of course the registration link is there and more details you can find on there. website like this one here. So you can see all these upcoming events. You keep on scrolling and you will keep seeing here, like anything you will get it here. Suppose this one, let's say, so you see that this is happening in Pune, India, free, paid, whatever that will be, that you can see it here. Okay, so this is how you get about these kind of information. Like this one, this is paid, and when, where, how it is going to happen, that all information you will get here. You can also list your event here, like suppose you are hosting any event, or if you know about any event which is not listed here in testing daily, that also you can submit by just filling this form, and then you can submit for review. That will also get listed here. Another great thing, like many of you also were writing the article, or let's say any very good article in LinkedIn, and LinkedIn feed is not coming here in testing daily, but you want to list that particular article or blog, or let's say you have written any blog in Medium or any forum where you feel that that article should reach to more tester. Now you have a feature to list your post as well here, so you can list that as well, so it will reach to more people. So here basically, like, you get all the information related to software testing just by opening any new tab. And here you see that we are not doing anything extra. Like suppose if I have to open any website, like I want to open Flipkart, so anyways I'm going to open this new tab, right? Meanwhile I'm typing here, I can see this like feed is coming in my eyes, and I will be knowing something that, oh, this is going to happen, this new things came in software testing. So this is how it helpful. Like I want to open Amazon, but meanwhile I'm opening Amazon, I can see that some new articles came. I can, if I want to read, I will read them, or I can bookmark them, so they will be available in my bookmark folder here for later use. Okay, so this is testing daily, guys, which help you guys to remain updated with all the software testing related blogs, article, and now events as well. You see, like we used to be very much updated with all the viral reels, or Bollywood trends, or movie stars trends, or those kind of politics and everything. But we are not able to, like, we are not that much updated with our own field, which is helpful for our career, for our earning. So to help with that, to help in our career, to keep ourselves updated with whatever is happening in our field where we are working, where we are developing. So for that we have this testing daily. And now you have the, I mean, you were having, and you have this testing daily app as well. It is available for both for Android and iOS. So you can see that here, this is how, like, testing daily mobile app. So if you have installed it in your phone, so you just like open like this, and then you can see all the, like, everything what you have seen in here, and you are seeing in extension, everything you will see it here. This is how the feed will show here. And if you want to see anything, like you want to search any blog, you can, blog or article or event, you can search here. You have videos, if you want to just watch videos, you can click here. You want to watch like blogs, events, that you can see here. So this is testing daily on mobile as well. If you guys don't have this, you can, if you don't have in your mobile phone, like you can just scan this. It will open like Play Store and App Store, and from there you can download in your phone. This will be very helpful, like if you are stuck in traffic somewhere, you are, just open this app for like 1 minute hardly, and then you can see all the latest blogs and article which came on from different platform, who has written, who has created any tutorial, that you will get to know. So you can scan this. And if you guys have any question, feel free to ask me. Let me know if you, once you guys are done, or if you guys have already this, then that is great. And how you can install the testing daily extension in your browser, so just go to selectorshub.com. Whatever tools we will be discussing, that you will get it from SelectorsHub website, and if any link will be separate, that I will share with you guys. So here you can find testing daily, and then here you have the Chrome extension link as well, so you can install or add it to your browser as well. So From next time onwards, whenever you will be opening new tab, you will be able to see this kind of feed. And if you want to open a website, you can open. So you can see that more than 10,000 testers already using it on just on Chrome extension. And then it's just very simple extension, amazing, absolutely free. And here you will find all the links and everything. Were all of you aware about this before? Like, were you guys aware about this tool before?
No,
Great.
no, Sanjay.
Thanks, Gokul, for the confirmation. Hope you will love this plugin and app as well. Pretty much every tester out there recommend this.
Okay, okay,
Okay, then we can move on to the next one. And this is available like for all the browsers and everything, so that you guys keep on checking here, like any browser you want to install or whichever you are using, iOS and Android, both it is available. And I will request all of you that if you have any QA group or anything like that, please do share these apps and extensions and tool, because they are absolutely free and they will help a lot the testers, other testers like you guys today got to know. The next set of problem we will discuss about selectors hub. So I'm sure like many of you might be already aware, but we'll discuss about the like unique features and how they can help you guys to optimize your testing process or writing the automation process, and how it can help you in your learning. Basically, most important is learning. Like yes, most like whenever we discuss about any XPath plugin or selector plugin, this thought comes in mind that it will help us to save our time, right? Because it will give us auto-generated XPath and selectors. But hardly I ever seen like people talking about like, will this plugin help me to learn new thing, new concept about XPath and selectors? So yes, this will help you guys. So can anybody would like to answer like how do you become like expert in any programming language or like any technology, like basically like when we are computer science or we are working in IT. So let's talk about this, that how you become expert in any programming language, like when you write any programming language, in the sense like let's say you are writing a code in Selenium, like let's say this API example, and then you are writing code in Selenium Java. So how you become expert in that? Anyone? Like by practicing, by writing more code?
yep. Usually by practice only. Um,
Yeah. Perfect.
we will
Yes.
be having, we'll be using REST assured for API,
Yeah.
Selenium,
Yes.
and we will be analyzing it, um, and we'll be working out.
Yes, fair enough. Like exactly. So you see that, but if you practice the code writing in a notepad like this, let's say you start writing here driver dot find element, uh, something like py dot xpath, and then here you will write your xpath, let's say div, and something we will do that later, then dot click. So can anyone tell here like what is wrong in, is this code right or wrong? Okay, so so you see that can anyone tell like would like to tell this? So basically my thing is like when if you do the practice, like lot of practice, but if you will do the practice on this kind of notepad, we will not be able to learn small things. Like here you, if you notice this, what piece of code I have written here, I hope this is visible enough, that small things like capital E, there should be a
Yes,
capital E,
camel,
right?
Find
Yeah.
element E should be caps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here also B should be capital. Here semicolon is missing. Here I have written this both the single quote here itself, like it should be one here or double quotes should be here. So there are minor things. But if you will write such things, like if you do a lot of practice here, if you will make a minor mistake, you will not be able to learn those kind of things immediately, right? But if you do the practice, and these are the things which like not really required to learn everything by writing the code here, but if you do write this code here in like a smart editor, basically in IntelliJ or something, that will immediately highlight that this is wrong, there is something like semicolon missing or E should be capital, everything that will highlight. So these small things we learn from smart editor. When you write the code in smart editor, that's where you learn lot of things. Like as soon as you type here driver and dot, it shows you all the like methods and all the like everything inside that particular library. It will show you all those methods. But if you write here driver dot, it will not show you all the methods. So basically whatever you know that this function is there in WebDriver library, that only you will know. But if any new function has been added by the Selenium team or with the Selenium new version, that you might not be able to learn. So basically these smart editor helps you to become the expert in any programming language or in software terms like in any technology. But if you do the practice of those things in this kind of like notepad, in simple paper pen or notepad, you will be able to learn only basic things whatever you have been taught or whatever you have learned from a book or a blog or article or from a training, because nobody can teach you each and every method of Selenium library, Selenium framework or Playwright or Java, right? Agree? And you cannot go to ask someone like, okay, what all methods are there, what all things are there, right? So this is where smart editor comes. So basically I'm trying to make you guys understand that that these smart editors are the one which helps us to become expert in any programming language. Now similarly we have been writing XPath and selectors for years in this way, like this is the practice page on selectors of website. So here I will be teaching you guys and showing all the examples. So most of us used to write XPath like this here. Like let's say if we want to write double forward slash a or something, or let's say we were typing XPath here. So suppose if I write an XPath here, div text is equal to, let's say for an example, this bootcamp. Okay, this is the correct XPath, right? And if we will paste this XPath here, it will show 0 because we just written an example XPath. Okay, now is this XPath correct? Like is it really showing the 0 of 0? Is this the correct count? Is everything right here?
I guess you have to
No,
give a double quotes inside the text.
Double quote. Okay, let me just change it to double quote. Okay, now it is still showing 0 of 0. 0 of 0 is of course like
Missing
because
the
this XPath is not there
bracket.
in this page.
Does not exist. Yeah.
It's missing the
Yes.
bracket, right? Uh, um,
Sorry.
box. The box like bracket. You miss the bracket. Right? Equal. You have to put the box and then the bootcamp in the quotation.
You're saying the box here?
Yeah, yeah, and then the single quote. I think.
No, 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 no. We have already put the box here. This is the square bracket where it is required. So this format is correct.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Now let me paste this XPath here in SelectorsHub and let's see what could be wrong or right here.
Sanjay, can you zoom your screen, please, if possible?
I guess this is pretty much zoom enough. That's maximum, I guess.
Okay,
Are you
thank you.
anybody? I'm sure like nobody should be on mobile. So now you see that we have pasted this XPath, the same XPath here, and it is letting us know what is wrong there. So you see that it tells us XPath does not support tilted code, use vertical code. So basically the 1 0 of 0 it is showing, this is not the exact count match. It is actually wrong XPath, invalid XPath, but it is showing 0 because it is not matching directly. Here it is letting us know that this is invalid XPath and what is missing in this, what is wrong in this. Now, how that has happened. So you see that when you type double quote here in notepad of like notes of this Mac, when I type, it used to be vertical and then this notes changed that to tilted one. You see, have you observed that? Like, let me type here. See, it got automatically changed. It is changing. You see, so this has happened like with many people, and it can happen with anyone, that when you use it here, if you edit any XPath, it will automatically make your XPath invalid, because compiler doesn't understand this kind of, like, XPath compiler doesn't understand this tilted double quote or tilted single quote. You will have to use vertical one. So now if we change this to vertical one, then it becomes the correct one, and now it is showing the 0 element matching, which is fine. Now this is a valid XPath. Similarly, like if you make any mistake here, like let's say if we have made this XPath correct, but if you verify here and make this, it's still showing 0, but if you put this XPath here and remove this, it will let you know that close square bracket is missing. So these small things, selectors will help you guys to learn and understand that. In fact, like if you're writing this any kind of XPath here, so you see that as soon as you start typing, like when you start typing in smart editor, you see those kind of like under like whatever libraries methods are available, it immediately starts showing. Similarly here in selector sub also, as soon as you start typing, it will start showing these kind of permutation combinations of different attribute and different syntax, so that you can write a better XPath. And here it shows the matching count and whether this is the XPath or CSS selector, that it will show you. So this is how you can quickly complete your XPath and CSS selector in SelectorsHub. And you can write, if you make any mistake here, it will help you to learn about that. Okay, like this. Let's say you start typing. I'm not sure how many of you know about all these functions, like dot contains dot, normalize space contains text, normalize space equal, starts with, substring after, substring before. So all these kind of methods are there in XPath, which you might not be knowing, which you might be, some of you might be knowing, but like most of us use like this method, text is equal to this, but hardly some of us might be knowing about these kind of methods also exist in XPath. So you can use and learn about them through this. If you type CSS selector, then also it will show you these CSS selector options as well. This is matching occurrence. If you will use this, it will be 3 matching node. So even before you complete your XPath or CSS selector, it shows you that there will be these many matching count if you use this one. It will
So
highlight
what if,
also.
yeah, sorry for interrupting. What if we right click and copy that particular XPath from the console and paste it over here? It will show us the exact thing, right?
Okay, I will show you that as well.
Okay.
Okay, good that you asked. Good that you asked. Now let me ask one question. How many of you don't use any XPath tool or selectors tool? Anyone who doesn't use any XPath or selector tool? I'm sure many of you must be not using any tool. Anyone? Okay, I'm considering then everybody is using the XPath tool. Okay.
You mean the
All
selector
of,
hub?
no, I mean like, is everyone using selectors of here?
I actually trying to learn it. I'm new to this.
Okay, great. Anyone else who is not using selectors, sir?
Actually, we
Okay,
didn't use SelectorsHub. We will be using only from console, and we will be getting those by the console only. We will
okay,
be validating those in the console, and we will be getting those things.
okay, great. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. So you see that we need to understand that when we write our own XPath, whether we are using the correct platform to write and verify XPath or not. So here when you write and verify your XPath, like in DevTools, like here, Control F, console is another thing that you have to go there, or you open console here. So I will quickly book, because considering like 99% people write it here because of quick access. So when you write XPath or CSS selector, anything here, and you start typing here, like for an example, let me take this website. So if you type here, let's say this /a here, so it is showing 360. This is this x part /a is for getting all the links in a page. So is this showing like 360? Is this number correct? Like those who verify XPath and CSS selector here in DevTools Control F. Is this correct count? Anyone?
Actually, your screen is loading a little bit slower than your voice,
Oh,
so I
sorry
guess
about that.
It
Is
while
it
yeah,
happening?
it no, it is your screen is visible to me,
So it is showing
and
360 or /a. Are there 360 links in this page?
I think so. There is.
yes,
Okay, now let me verify
the
this
anchor.
here. 360. Yes, that is correct. Now let us go to some other page. 68. Now you see that here 26. Here if you see, notice that this /a is also showing this as an anchor, like matching node, while this is a script tag. There are only 26 link in this page which SelectorsHub is showing here, while it is showing 68. Why? Because you see that it is matching this string /a, this one. So when you verify your XPath and CSS selector in DevTools, it also shows you the string match count. So basically this is not an XPath match for this. This is a string match. If you delete this value from DevTools, you see that it shows you find by string, then selector or XPath. So the very first feature of DevTools Control F is to find a string, then XPath. Even if your complete XPath, this was a simple XPath which we have written just /a. If the complete XPath, like let's say this kind of XPath matches here in DevTools, it will show you a matching count like 1 of 1. And then like in many interviews, people ask this kind of question that this is showing 1 of 1. Is there any element matching? And people like say yes, but actually this is not an XPath match. This is just a string match here. If you put this XPath here in SelectorsHub, it will show you whether this is a wrong or whatever it is that it will show you. Like here it is letting you know that this is an invalid XPath, add a tag name after /, or if you delete that. So this question comes in many times in interviews, that whatever XPath you have written or verified, is that correct or not. So this we need to understand, that what is the right platform to write and verify your XPath. Not every time or not always we observe such things, but whenever we stuck in this kind of situation where we are writing a wrong XPath or we are getting a wrong matching count, that's where many times we waste a lot of time. Okay, I hope this is clear now, that where to verify and which platform gives you the right count of XPath match or selector match. Now there was a question that if we verify the if we copy the XPath from DevTools like this, let's say if we inspect this element here, and now if I right click on this element and copy this XPath, okay, so if you copy this XPath from here, is this correct XPath or not, what we have copied? So let me just Control F and paste it here. It shows 0 matching count. Right, now let me paste this XPath here. It is showing invalid XPath format. So I wanted to show you guys this one, that DevTools doesn't generate always the correct XPath and selector for all the web elements in the page. Sometimes it gives you the wrong syntax as well. You see that in SelectorsHub it's telling you that this is invalid XPath format for this. Then what is the right format? This you can see it here. This is the right format to write an XPath for this SVG element. It also helps you guys to understand and learn about different kind of web element, like what kind of element this is. This is SVG element, so it gives you these kind of alert messages as well, which helps you to learn about more about DOM. Like someone, let's say some, I guess someone is new here and who is trying to learn about like this XPath selectors and everything. So here they can just, like, you just click on the DOM element and you would be able to learn, like, this is a comment. So selectors will show you that what is comment, what is not comment, because sometimes in interview people ask that can you write an XPath for this element, and someone who is very new to the DOM, they might have never seen the DOM very carefully. In that they will think to what to write, what how to write XPath for this element. So selectors helps you guys to learn about such kind of XPath and selectors and about like these web elements. So you will be able to learn that what is wrong, what is right, what kind of element it is with these alert messages. So this is how like you will learn about DOM, XPath syntax and errors and CSS selectors, etc., and about these syntaxes with the help of SelectorsHub. So basically SelectorsHub helps you guys to learn about the DOM and XPath and selectors if you make any mistakes, and it also gives you the correct matching count as well. Any questions so far, guys? Any doubt?
I have a question. Like I can put that like you use the single quotation and the double quotation. Does it make any difference when you write the selector hubs? I mean, expert.
Yes. So there is no difference in writing XPath in like with double quote or single quote. So when you're just writing XPath, like let's say for yourself you're writing XPath. So if you are using XPath with double quote, like if you are using double quote here in your XPath, this is my XPath. So if I'm using double quote here, then I will have to put this value, like let's say I will delete this. So if you are using suppose this method driver.find element by.xpath. So here if I just have to paste xpath, then I can use double quote here or single quote. Doesn't matter. Okay. I can use anything. XPath support single quote, double quote both. But if I have to put this value inside like an string inside this method as an argument, so if I have used double quote in my XPath, then I will have to use single quote here and then paste. If I have use double quote here, then I will have to use single quote here. So both it supports. It's up to you that you will have to choose.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope that is clear now. Okay, now there are like many time saver features. So these were the basic features which I wanted to help you guys to understand that how you can learn about the DOM, how this can help you to learn about those basic things related to XPath selectors, how it gives you the correct count of like any XPath and selectors matching node, and when you does it really generate the correct XPath and syntax always for each and every web element. So not DevTools doesn't generate, because the purpose of DevTools is different. It is not just the XPath and selectors, right? And selectors has been like specifically designed for selectors and XPath. So that's where like it has all those things which an XPath and selectors tool required. DevTools has other features like it supports HTML like search kind of things. So all those things are there different. Okay, apart from this
So
learning thing, it
one
all
one
sorry.
question, Sanjay. Uh, One question is that is we can use a console to validate these kind of experts, right?
Yes, yes, you can
The console.
absolutely use the yes, yes. But yes, then again, like there you have to type a lot of things, and in some situations like where you are if any element is inside multiple iframe and shadow dom, that's
Mhm.
where even in the console also you will face a lot of challenges. Then you will have to type a complete script. Like here, let's say for example like this one, this element is inside shadow dom. Selectors are letting you know that this element is inside shadow dom. if you would have never handled the such kind of element, what you would have done this one. For this one, how you will do the in console, let's say for an example, like you will write the XPath, let's
We
say
can
this one. Now
use,
let me just this.
there is ID, right? KALS. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm just
we can
typing
use.
here.
Yeah,
One second, I will type here double forward slash input at the rate ID is equal to kills. And now let me go to console. So I will take your help. This is how we write dollar dollar or dollar X.
a dollar.
Like we want to verify X path.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now hit enter. It's showing nothing. Zero.
We can use a dollar, and inside double quotes we can use a hash, right? Hash.
Okay. So, but any reason why it shows zero? Because this is the correct X path.
Because it validates jQuery mostly. So
No, it verify X path as well. Like let's say if
yeah.
it has, one, it will show you the matching code. Like these 35. But this is also
Mhm.
correct X path, right? So why it's not
Yeah.
showing? I mean, anything like you understand? I
No.
mean, this will
Basically,
help you and
this.
like everyone to learn. Like if we will
Yes. Yes.
discuss this, this is a really good question. Any guess like why it's showing like zero length? Because this X path is correct. Like the format what we have written, this is there is nothing wrong. Like this is absolutely correct. Okay, now let me help. If you go here back, so you see that here we were inspecting. This was the element. So you see that if you notice here, this element is inside Shadow DOM. Have you learned or know about Shadow DOM ever before?
Yeah. Yeah. It will
Okay,
be
great.
under iframe, or it will be having something from
No,
Ajax code, all those things.
no. Shadow DOM, whenever you see something like shadow root kind of thing in the DOM, this is a kind of like partial DOM, pseudo DOM, basically. So this you see that this element is inside this shadow root. So to access this element, we have to first get this shadow host access and then we can access this element. Now the concept is shadow DOM element can't be located through XPath. You cannot use XPath, which selector sub
Mhm.
let you know. So if someone who is not aware about the shadow DOM concept, they will keep trying to verify this XPath and they might not be getting the actual logic. They keep trying to write another XPath or some other kind of thing, but they will not understand that why it is showing zero. Because but still like you know that we were writing the correct XPath, but it was showing zero. So we might have tried something else. So that's where selector sub helps that this element is inside shadow DOM, which can't be accessed through XPath. Use CSS selector for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let
Yeah.
us use the CSS selector here. What we were doing. So like dollar, I'm sure like dollar is correct. And then inside
Yeah.
single quote or double quote, here we will write kills.
Hash.
Okay.
Yes.
This is correct, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this kills one L is there. Now it should show one matching node, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Dollar is not a function. It's still showing zero.
Mm-hmm.
Any guess?
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you the concept is because this element is having like a special property with it, you cannot directly use this dollar dollar or like the way you used to verify your css selector. You will have to write a, I mean, JavaScript for that to verify the shadow DOM elements. So in such kind of situation where elements are inside shadow DOM, multiple shadow DOM, and you used to get a lot of like we used to get a lot of such kind of complex scenario when you work in real world. I'm not talking about the training or just like login page. When you will work in enterprise application, for sure there you will have such kind of like shadow DOM, iframe, svg element, multiple shadow DOM, element inside shadow DOM and a lot of those things. That's where you get a difficulty. And here comes SelectorsHub, which will help you. So here, first I will show you this one. Like if you would have verified XPath here, and here you
Mm-hmm.
need not to use anything like dollar or something. You just, as a way you used to write the XPath or CSS selector, you just same way you paste here. And here you see that it tells you that this is invalid CSS selector because XPath doesn't support shadow DOM. So you will have to write CSS selector. You got that. Now let us write CSS selector here, and it shows you one element matching. So this is where it helps that you can use this. Now let me show you more things. Like let's say this one. This is inside multiple shadow DOM, like this one and then this one. Here you can directly verify this. If you would will go to console and try to write XPath CSS selector there for this one and try to verify just one XPath, it might take hours or half an hour. At the 30-40 minutes it will take for you to just verify one CSS selector. And sometimes it takes a lot of time for people. Like there are many elements, really complex element in this page, and which generally like people used to get in like industry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, so that's where like basically this is good question. I'm really thankful to you that you ask it, so I would have explained. Otherwise sometimes I don't
Okay.
explain these complex scenario. So this is where like it helps, that like let's say this element, you see that this is inside shadow root, and if you go a little up. Okay, now let me open this. So this is inside shadow DOM. We can verify. Now, if you see that there is an iframe as well, if we inspect this, any element which is inside this iframe here, so this is where like it helps a lot, like which element is inside iframe, what could be the XPath, and then CSS selector. If any element is inside iframe, like for an example, here we have this. You just have to open SelectorsHub and you inspect the element. It will tell you iframe. If element is inside iframe, iframe XPath. If element will be inside multiple iframe, like there are, let's say 2 3 iframes are there, it will tell you how many iframes are there. This element is inside two nested iframe. What is the XPath for first iframe? What is the XPath of second iframe? And then what is the XPath for this particular element? So you got everything here. You need not to scroll up and down in the DOM to look for how many iframes are there, then what is the XPath for those iframes, and then XPath for that element. So in those scenarios, complex scenarios, it helps. So basically these are the scenarios, some of the scenarios where like you might waste hours of time to handle. It will quickly help. And like that there are many scenarios where it saves hours of time. And in general, like if you are inspecting simple elements, you just inspect and it will quickly give you the XPath and CSS selector, which if you are an expert in XPath and CSS selector writing, then you can quickly copy. Like why would I would like to waste time? Like chat GPT is there today, people, everybody is pretty much everyone is using to write mails and lot of things. So similarly, like this is a time saver. Okay, cool. So apart from these concepts where it helps, it also helps like you can just inspect any element. Like this way, using this inspector, you can inspect any element and you can copy the XPath from here. All possible selectors it used to generate. If you want to edit any of them, click on that and then you can edit this. Any change you want, that you can do. Okay, and here like lots of features are there. I will just quickly walk you through them. Before showing all these features, here let me show you one amazing feature of SelectorsHub. So you see that here we are on this page. Okay, and now let me just close this. Okay, now we are here, let's say on this page of Flipkart website. We want to generate XPath or CSS selector. We are using SelectorsHub here. Okay, we can inspect through these selectors as DevTools inspector, generate XPath and CSS selector, everything is there. This is fine. Now if I want to use SelectorsHub or DevTools like console, not even SelectorsHub, let's say we are using this one. If you want to write XPath selectors on this page, then again you will have to right click, click on inspect, and then you can use it, right? And if you again go to any other page, here again you will have to open DevTools to use that. Now Selectors Hub has solved this problem. You just click on this Selectors Hub logo, it will open Selectors Hub like this side panel. And now you go to any page, like let's say if I go to this page, I have Selectors Hub Access, Selectors Hub Inspector. It has own inspector. You select this and inspect any element and it will generate selector. Now if I go to this page, if I want to use selectors up and want to generate XPath, I can use this inspector and I can generate the selectors. So now you see that I can go to any tab and I will not have to open DevTools again, and quickly I can generate XPath and selector. So this way it will be more helpful. Now you just click on the logo, or you can use the shortcut keys, Command Shift S to open Selectors Hub here as a side panel. And you can also change the keyboard set shortcut, like right click on logo, click on manage extension, and here you have keyboard shortcut. So here you can change that as well, like this. Just click on edit and just press those keys which you want to set as a shortcut. So Command Shift S, it got saved here. If I go here and now I will press Command Shift S, it will open like this. Okay, now we will see what all features are there in Selectors Hub which can save a huge amount of time for you. So one is this, that you just select this inspect button, inspect any element. It is also very helpful if you want to learn about the DOM and web elements. You just select this inspector and start hovering on the element. It will automatically, right here it will tell you that this is an SVG element. If any element will be having any special property, it will show you right here. This is inside shadow DOM, this is inside shadow DOM. Anything it will tell you immediately. Can't inspect element inside close shadow root. Anything inside iframe it will show you. So this will help in all those cases, like this element is inside cross origin iframe. So likewise you will learn good amount of things here, and just inspect if you want to generate that. Okay, now here you see that we have a feature of attribute. Like if I will explain all these features now one by one. So here if you have, like let's say it is generating with ID, and now this ID seems like dynamic. SHub 32, here it is showing that ID looks dynamic, and you want to generate without ID, or you want to generate with your own attribute. You click here on attribute button, it will show you like this. Let me just expand. You don't want to generate with ID, just uncheck this and you see that it is generating with placeholder. So this way you can generate XPath with any particular attribute. Like you can pass the attribute name here and it will generate with that. Like let's say we want to generate XPath with title. So here you can pass the title attribute and hit enter. It will generate with this particular attribute. So this attribute filter is there. If you want to learn more about this feature, you can check out the tutorial here. With every feature there is a tutorial link, so you can watch that. Then here you see that it is generating this XPath. Okay, now let me just close this. Here it is generating this XPath. Like if we inspect any element, it is generating XPath. We can copy this and go to our editor, use this. But to use this XPath, I will have to type my command, like let's say driver dot find element by dot XPath, like this, and then I will have to paste this, right? But this is a time consuming, like every time I'm getting this XPath from there, and we will have to type this command. So if you don't want to type this command, you can get this complete command from SelectorsHub. Here you have this code feature, click on this, and now you see that you're getting this complete code. You can simply copy this, go back to your editor and paste it. So this will save good amount of time. Now you will see that we don't use this command. You might be using at the rate find by something like that, or you might not be using Selenium. You might be using Playwright, Cypress, right? I'm sure. Yes, so you can change this command according to your framework, anything. This is absolutely customizable and 100% can be changed for everyone's. Here if you click, you will get more options. You can also edit this command according to your framework if you don't find in your command in your as per your framework here. Like let's say you are using page object model, this add find by, select this, and now you see that you get this complete command. And it also has the element name as well. Like this XPath is for enter password field, so it gives you automatically that. Like if you inspect any enter email field, so you see that it also has that. So this way, like if you are using Playwright or Cypress, select this and it will generate like that. Isn't it amazing? Now you can copy this and go back to your editor, paste it. But let me paste this here. Another question is, like suppose I can paste this. Okay. Now if we have to generate like this locator page for all the web element which we are seeing here, and if we will start inspecting one by one like this and copy this command from here, it will take a lot of time for us, right? So can we generate the locator page for all these elements just in a single shot? Yes, that is possible here. You see that code is already on. You have to just click on this POM page and now start inspecting all the elements for which you want to generate the locator page. So select this, click on all those elements for which you want to generate the locator page quickly, and it will generate the locator page for all those elements for which you want to generate. And you see that how fast you can write a big locator page. You can copy all these like commands and come here, paste this. Now you see that this much locator page just we have written in few seconds. Isn't it amazing? Were you guys aware about this feature of selector, sir, that you can generate the locator page like this? And if you want to change the command, of course you can change it. You see this one. So this is how you can generate the locator page just in few click. And if you, in fact, if you are using the pro version, you will, you can even do it more faster. Like if I show you here, you see that in single shot you can inspect all the elements like this, and you can generate even much faster. You need not to select this inspector again and again. This inspector in pro version remains on always. So that is there, like many other features are there in pro, that is different thing. We'll focus on the free version. So this is how you can generate the locator page. Any question on this? I have shown you guys this shadow DOM iframe svg. What if like UI got changed? In that case, how do you guys like handle the things? Like let's say this is the code we have written, and now if UI got changed, so these XPath will change, right? In such situation, generally what happened that we used to leave our script behind, and we think that who will fix all these selectors? Let us write the new script, because nobody wants to copy XPath like one by one and then verify, right? Do you guys agree with this? Like whenever there's a UI change happen, we all used to get scared that how to fix all these XPath. Nobody is going to verify. Let's write the new script. And this becomes one of the region that we used to, like our script used to go in backlog. Anyone, like how do you guys manage your automation script whenever there's a change in the UI?
What we actually do is we will be maintaining the locators in a separate page. So
Yes.
we will not be using the that is the XPath, actual XPath or the CSS or a jQuery, whatever it is. We'll be having them in a separate locator page, either as a that is properties file or with the Java class, and we will be accessing them using an object.
Yes, correct. And if any UI change happen, like let's say there are 100 selectors are written one page, right?
Hmm.
And now UI got changed. So in this situation, how you guys make sure that, or how do you guys find which all selectors got changed?
So right now we are exploring about a selenium, that is selenium, that is healing the selenium. So we are exploring that.
Yes, yes,
So that part, if not, we will be manually having those locators
exactly.
and
Yes, yes,
doing
yes.
that.
So that's what I wanted to hear. Like manually, people are doing this
Yeah.
selenium part. People are explaining from years now. So this is what I
Yes.
wanted to hear. So here we have this feature in selector sub XPath healing, and Pro version has the selector healing. So that I will show you guys. So here, suppose this is our script, and our UI got changed, and we want to verify that which all XPath got changed. This can be in any format. This is one example. It can be in driver.find element, or like the one which you suggested that you guys are writing. That is fine. Any format is fine. I'm just giving an example. What you have to do, copy the complete script, go to the page where for which that page is, for that selectors is, open, you see here in selector sub, you see XPath healing button is here. Click on this, and then there you will find edit button. Click on this and paste the complete code, and whatever you have the command, just copy that, paste it here, and wherever your XPath or selectors is written in your command, in that you change that to XPath value. Don't worry about this, that how I'm changing and anything. Here tutorial is available also. Like if you will make any mistake, it will show you the example also, so don't worry about that. And this is just one time effort for you. This setting will be saved in your local browser, so whenever next time you will open, just you have to paste the code and submit. You will see that it will show you all the matching count. If any XPath will get changed, it will show 0. So right now, because we are on the same page, it is showing this. Let me change XPath from our code. I will make some value wrong here, like let's say in place of 32, I will make just this change. In place of this, I will change this, and now let us paste this. So it should show these two X path as a 0 matching count, right? And now you see that this time I will not have to change this command. I will submit. You see that it is showing us these two XPath got changed. So you paste your complete script. If any XPath will change, XPath healing feature of selector sub will show you all the changed XPath. And then now I will click on edit and fix those XPath. Here it is showing 0 matching node. I will make it 2. This is 1 matching node. So this is how I can just simply copy this and paste it in my script back and fix it. So this way it helps a lot to maintain your automation script. Now suppose there are in your locator page, there are not only XPath, there could be ID, CSS selector, class name, different kind of selectors like this. Let's say for an example, this is your script, okay, and it has ID, XPath like this. Okay, so what you have to do, copy this, and selectors of free version has this XPath healing where it will verify only XPath. In pro version it has selectors healing where it will verify all kinds of selectors from your script. Paste your code, select the command from here, this is, and submit. You see it is showing all the matching, like whatever matching nodes are there. So it is showing 000 because this doesn't match anything in this page. So it is showing 00, whichever is matching, whatever matching count, that it shows. And it shows like this is XPath, ID, class name, everything. So this is how you can verify all your XPath and selectors using selectors. I hope this will help you guys to save some good amount of time. Any question in that so far?
No.
I was trying to use the debugger mode, so I would you like show later that how to use debugger mode?
Yes, yes, sure. Absolutely. That's the next one. Now there are some situation where you will see some of the dynamic web elements. So how to inspect such kind of dynamic element? Like let's say for an example, there's a bubble loader here, and here there's a dynamic elements. Like if I search for something here, iPhone, you see that this element, as soon as I will right click on this, immediately it disappears. So how to inspect such kind of element? So for this we have a debugger feature. To use the debugger feature, I will suggest that use it SelectorsHub in DevTools. You can use there as well, but I will recommend here. Now what you have to do, you just have to click on this debugger button here in SelectorsHub, this one here. Click on this, and within 5 seconds you have to make this element visible. Okay, now I have clicked on here, and within 5 seconds we will make this element visible here. and you will see that in 5 seconds it will pause this element. Now you can inspect this element and it will not disappear. So you can you can inspect any element. You can see that this is iPhone. So any element you can inspect here. This is iPhone 15, this one. So any web element you can inspect now. This will not go away. And once you are done, you can just refresh the page or just close the DevTools, and then it will like disappear, of course. Similarly, like if you have to inspect this one, like this kind of bubble loader, which immediately disappear, this bubble loader. So how to inspect such element? Because in this situation, you cannot uh, like click on debugger and then make this bubble loader appear, because to make that bubble loader appear you will have to refresh the page, and if you will refresh the page then this debugger will not work, because after clicking on the debugger button you cannot refresh the page. If you can make the element visible by clicking somewhere or by hovering, then that is fine, but if you will refresh the page, debugger will execute. Okay, so in this situation when you have a bubble loader, we have to make the debugger turn on immediately. We have to turn on debugger immediately. So how to do that? You can change the time as well. So go to this setting here, and here you see that debugger start time is 5 seconds. We will make this 0 second. Okay, now as soon as we click on this debugger, immediately it will start. Let's see how. So what we will do, we will keep our cursor above on this debugger icon and refresh the page, and immediately as soon as you see the bubble loader here, you click on this. Okay, refresh, click. Now you see that it is stopped here, and now we can inspect this. I have also, like, if you guys found it like very quick, I have explained. If you find any difficulty, I have also created a tutorial on this debugger feature, so you can watch on SelectorsHub YouTube channel, guys. That will be like, you will understand, but it is not that difficult. So you can see that this is how you can inspect, and SelectorsHub also generating XPath for this particular element. Once you are done, you just refresh the page, it will execute. So this is how you can inspect dynamic web element with the help of SelectorsHub.
I have a quick
Debug.
question. Like when I was working on the drop down, that time, like first time it worked, it freezed the screen, but then later, it didn't work. So I know like I have to do it in a 5 second. I did it, but somehow it just went to the page. Like right now you did it, like it
Yes,
just
yes.
showed me that, but the drop down is not like having the freeze thing. Only the screen is freeze.
Okay, so you see that there are, I have created a video as well, but I will explain. There are different kinds of drop downs as well. If that drop down has been created using the HTML or different like tags, then it will work. But if a drop down is using the slack tag, like this kind of drop down which has been created using the slack tag, that it will not pause, because this is not part of like JavaScript. So any element which will be any drop down which will be the part of like JavaScript, that it will pause. But if something which is not like if something which is using slack tag like this, so that is not like you can't pause through debugger. So there could be one use case in your case. So maybe like if you can share your URL with me, then I can help you to understand better on that, like what is the exact region. So there are different kind of drop down as well, like this date here. If you see that this date is like has been created, if I show you, so quite a big logic behind that. So you see that this date calendar appears here because they have used type is equal to date. So this is not something like part of JavaScript. So debugger will stop any kind of element, invisible element, which has been created through HTML tag in JavaScript. But this is part of like HTML feature. This is a default feature of HTML, that if you will use type is equal to date attribute, that it will appear this calendar. So please do share with me, like you can share through email and we can connect, and I will see, I will have a look on that like particular scenario. That's a use case actually.
Sir, where I can get your email?
Uh, You can find like under contact us here, support at selectorsub.com. You guys can also like connect with us here on SelectorsHub website live chat, so you will find that. So there we can connect like here. Moving on to the next feature, many of you must be writing XPath like relative to other element. Like let's say we want to write an XPath for this practice page relative to this products. Or here generally mostly people write XPath for this parent-child combination ancestors using like that those things. Access-based XPath basically you call. Like if I have to write XPath for this enter email with respect to user email. So how to do that automatically manually? I'm sure you must be knowing. So here in Selectors Hub we have this feature Access XPath. Click on this. First inspect the element for with respect to which you want to generate, and then inspect the element for which you want to generate. And you see that it has generated XPath for enter email with respect to user email automatically. So this is how you can generate XPath relative to other element automatically as well. Also, you guys can generate XPath like if you don't want to open SelectorsHub in DevTools or side panel, you can just right click and copy the XPath right from here as well. You will see all possible options here. So you can copy from here. And in fact, in Pro version, you can see the value as well in the context menu itself. So you can see the value before you copy. While in free version, you can of course like just copy and then you will paste, that time you will see. So this feature is also will available. You can just right click and copy.
For that right click feature, will that be available for the other thing, shadow DOM?
Yes, that will be available. It will, but it will not show you that what value. It will let you know that what can be copied. Yeah, that will be there. Yes.
No. Okay. Okay.
You guys can get the free pro version access for all the like those who are attending this. So here if you go under resources blog, you will see. So from here you guys can take the free access of like SelectorsHub Pro. So you can register, just follow this particular article, so you can get the free version pro access. So under resources blog, and here you will find this. I will also paste this article here so you guys can take that. Okay, Nazma, I have copied this particular, I guess I'm 100% sure this is Blogspot. So this is having that kind of like default drop downs. We'll discuss this later. Okay. Okay. I guess we have one more than 1 hour. Okay. So would you guys like to take a 2-3 minutes break and then we'll continue, or you want me to continue?
Sure, I would like to take a break.
Sure. Let's take a 2-3 minutes break and then we'll start. 5 minute break. 9:16 it is. We will start on another 5 minute. 9:20 we will start. Shall we start now? Let me know if all of you are back.
Hey Sanjay, hi, this is Hagai. Can I take 10 seconds to ask you a question before
Yes,
everybody
please.
comes?
Yeah, yeah.
So I apologize. I joined this session a little late. My interest lies around the test rigor. Are you going to cover that?
Test figure, not like completely, but I will show you a few things about that, like how does that thing goes there in
And
Test
how
Case
can we
Studio.
use it, right? Do we have to have test rigor third party implementation, or can we just use Selector
I
Hub
will show
and
that. I will show in Test Case Studio.
thank you so much. Just,
Sure, sure.
the extent of how we can use it, if we can use it without having to install or implement any third-party vendor, that would be nice to know. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Without doing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
I will, sure, you're welcome. Okay, I guess we can start now. Okay, recording is on. My screen is shared. Fine. What is that first thing we as a tester does when there is a bug in production? We blame each other, like this is your fault. It's not something which got missed from my end, right? So this happened because most of the time we do a lot of testing, but we don't have documentation for that. If there's a bug, we don't have, like, generally, like, let's say we are doing a testing here for any website, like let's say we are on this practice page, and suppose I click on this, we enter something here, we enter this, and now if I click here on this first enter name, last enter last name, so you see that we are not able to click on this particular field here. So there's a bug here in this particular area, right? So if we have to file a bug, how we can file a bug? We will have to, like, generally what we do, like if we have to file a bug, generally what we do, we write the steps like this: open this website, go to this website, or whatever you write. Open this website, click here, do this, that, right? And then you will get a bug. And if you have to take a screenshot, generally what we do, because always we do take a screenshot with our bug, for our bug, then highlight that particular area, like there's a bug in this particular area, we do like this. Do you guys agree? And highlight this way manually. So this particular process takes a lot of time, like getting the steps. Or suppose there is no bug here, but still we want to document that these things that we have tested this particular scenario on this page. So we have to waste, like this is a test case kind of thing, that steps whatever we did here. So for this we have this test case studio, which will help you guys to get these kind of steps and those kind of screenshot automatically. So here you have this, and I have purposefully turned on before I started testing on this page, and you see that everything what I have performed actions on that page, it has recorded here as in steps. So I can simply copy these steps and paste it to developer, that these are the steps you need to follow to reproduce the issue. Follow this. And if I have to share any screenshot, I can simply take the screenshot from here and share it with that particular developer, that there is an issue in this particular area, in this particular field, and you have to fix it. So this is how you get the steps for bug filing. Or if there's no bug and you want to save this as a test case, that you have done this testing, you want to do the documentation, you can save this. So test case studio is the tool which helps you guys to record your test cases, or details like steps and screenshot for bug filing. And this really helps a lot when you do the testing, because suppose if you are doing a testing of a website and after 50 steps you got a bug, then most of the time what happened, you try to recall all those 50 steps, that how this, because that could be a corner case, and sometimes reproducing the issue is really tedious task. So that's where this test case studio help us a lot. Here you also get the, like, because whenever you will file a bug, developer will always ask what was the OS version, what was the OS, whether you were testing on Mac or Windows, what was the version, what was the browser and browser version, resolution time, at what time you got this issue. So you see that you get all these details here in test case studio, and when you get download this, you get those in the seat. Here it has many other features, like you can add a step, you can delete a step, you can also do the video screen recording. So you click here and share any particular tab or window, any window you want to record or entire screen you want to record, click on share, and this here recording will start. Once you are done, you can just here stop this, and you can view this recording, or you want to download, you can download this recording and share it with your developer. So this is how you can use this particular tool, test case studio. How you can use it, let me show you. So whenever you are going to start your testing, like let's say for an example, we are on this website, Flipkart e-commerce website. Before we start our testing, just you have to click on this test case studio logo here. And also, like, how you guys will get this test case studio, before I go here, just go to SelectorsHub website. Here you have test case studio. You have all the download link. You have to install it in your browser. So let's say we want on Chrome, click on this, and here you have this, so you have to add it in your browser. I have already added, and then here the logo will not come immediately, you will have to click here and then pin it to toolbar. So by default it will be unpinned. Okay, now here, before we start our testing, you click on test case studio, and then you just start your testing. So here you will see that, let's say we do perform some action here, search for anything here, like let's say we click on popularity here, newest first, we right click on this particular price, then we scroll down, then we click on this element. So you see a couple of actions we have performed, like if I click on add to cart or do anything, suppose anything you do, everything it will be capturing here, and you see that all the steps has been captured here, all the screenshot has been captured, so all these things are here. And I can simply test case download or anything I can do. And if I want, like you see, if you are writing the automation script, you have the XPath and cssSelector here. You can also generate the code like which I showed you in SelectorsHub. You can also generate the partial code as well here. You can change the command and everything. And here, these all things are here. And here you have the those filter as well, attribute filter, like if you want to generate XPath without ID text or anything that you have. And under customize, you can like hide any column, like if you don't want to see this, let's say cssSelector column, you can hide and it will not show here, you see. Also you can change these command as well, like it is generating click on. You can change this keyword, like let's say you want to make it as click at, you can also change it to BDD. You can generate test cases in BDD format as well. So all those features are there. You can record test cases in any programming, like any language, any local language, like let's say in your Germany, French, Hindi, Kannada, any language you want to generate, that you can change here and you can generate. We have the detailed tutorial about test case studio in our YouTube channel, so I will recommend and request you all that please watch that, so that will help. So this is test case studio, guys. To this helps a lot in saving good amount of time. Here we have that this, like let's say you want to execute this particular test case. So by default in test case studio we don't have this in, but we have an integration with test trigger for to execute this particular test case. So if you click on this, it will execute test these steps on test trigger. So click on this, it will take you to the test trigger website. There, if you don't have account, you can create an account, free account you can create here, and once you have the account, you can like test case will automatically execute there. So this is how, and you need not to install anything. And there you in test trigger you can execute this test case multiple times and everything you can do there. So that's how like it has been integrated with test trigger.
But you have to have a paid account in TestRigger, am I right?
I mean, yes, free account you can create.
But the free account does not allow you to execute. Uh,
Execute, it will allow.
okay.
Yeah, we have the separate tutorial for this, so you can do watch that. This will allow. Okay, now here, so this is the test case studio free version. But let's say if you want to because here you cannot change the column name, you cannot change the order, lots of things are there, limitations that all. Let's say you want to record a screen with voice, all those features are available in pro version. And you can also download test cases in different format as well. So under customize in pro version you have lots of feature. Here you can record multiple test case, you can resume your recording at any point of time, and you can download in multiple format like Excel, CSV, PDF. Here you can upload your test case and create tickets directly in Jira or TestRail. So many features are there in pro version. You can add column, delete column, you can change the order of column. So everything is there. Like let's say you don't call it step action, you just call it as a step, so those you can rename the column. And you can customize the template exactly as per your like company standard. And there are many features in pro version, so that is there. Like if, for an example, if you have a test case template like this, you can generate with the pro version even in this kind of test case as well. So just an example. Okay, so this is test case studio, guys. You can record test cases in any language. I'm not going that in detail because it will take a lot of time. Let us jump to the next set of tool. How do you guys generate the like test data? Like suppose for a test case you need lots of test data, like thousands of email, user ID, password, name combination, phone number combination. So how do you guys generate the test data today? Some might be using the faker libraries, some might be using some tool, or many of you might be writing it manually in Excel sheet, right?
Yes, exactly.
Mainly
So
by
Faker
the
lab.
Faker ID.
sorry.
Mainly by the Faker ID.
Yes. So for to generate the like fake data through faker libraries, you have to write the code, you have to maintain that. And someone, those who are not aware about like code or anything, because we are testers, we don't like, mostly people don't like to write the code or maintain the code, everything like that. So for that we have this now auto test data. We You need not to install anything, and just in few clicks, like 3 clicks, you can generate as much data as you want according to your framework. So here you have auto test data. Click on this, it will open autotestdata.com. This is the URL, autotestdata.com. And here you can generate, like let's say you want name, phone, email, currency, number, range, whatever format you can select. Let's say we want JSON format, 10 rows we want. Click on generate and it will generate the data like this. And it will be very genuine data, you will feel like a real kind of data, not a fake like abc at the rate 123. It will be good. And here you have a lot of customization, like let's say you want the phone number with some specific country code, that you can add it here. By default random email domain name it will take, but of course like those will be real domain name. But suppose you want to generate email id with your company domain name, that you can pass here. Like let's say I want with SelectorsHub.com, you can see the instruction here. I don't let's say you want the currency range, something, any number range between 100 to 1000, that you can set. Number range, start date, or everything you can select here. Or if you don't want, you can delete. If you want to add any field, like let's say text field, email field, country, that you can add. Timestamp, anything you want that you can add, like let's say postal zip code. So here you can select some of the countries also data, we have it here. We want in CSV, suppose you are working with cucumber framework and you need this separated by py file. You want 50 or 30 row, let's say. You can click on generate. You see the data has been generated. You can download this, or you can copy, you can generate fresh data. Click on this and it will generate fresh. So this is how just in few clicks you can generate the fake test data as much as you want. So this is the autotestdata.com. You guys need not to install this tool. Just open the autotestdata.com. You can bookmark this URL in your browser, and whenever you need, you can use it. All the everything whatever I'm showing you guys, everything is there on SelectorsHub website. All the tools link. If anything will not be there, I will share with you. Here are some other free plugins which I will recommend all of you, which will help you guys a lot to save a good amount of time. So here is the list. I will share the link to install these. All of them are free. Like check my links. So suppose here if we have any website and we want to, like let's say on this page we want to test all the links, or here let's say simple page, I will take google.com. Here we want to check all the links here. So this one is check my links URL. You just click on this logo and it will show you all the links, valid links. It will check, share the complete details and everything. Here valid links 8, valid redirecting link 18, 26 links. So this tool will help you to verify immediately all the links on a page. If there will be any invalid or warnings, it will show you here. So this is check my links, guys. You can install this in your browser and this will must save a lot of time. Let me just share all these extensions link to you. You guys can just copy this message and keep it with you. I will also, when I will share the recording in YouTube video description, I will give all the links and like this presentation link and these tools link I will mention there, so you will not miss anything. Next tool is like page load time. So let's say how much time this page is taking to load. For that you can have page load time. Okay, I don't have installed it. Let me just show you. So you can, okay, enable now. So like this it will come here. You see that this logo, and what you have to do, like reload this page, it will show the timer here, like how much time this page has taken, 1.17 second. So if I go open any website, it will immediately show me that how much time this particular website web page is taking to load. So here you can see that this much time it is taking. So this is page load time. So if you are doing any testing for load or something, that will help. Clear cache, like if you want to clear cache or something, that you can use. So here I have this clear cache or not. Yes, I have this tool. So let's say I want to clear the cache of this particular page or all the tabs. Just click on this and here you can select what all things you want to clear and time for, like last 1 hour or anything, so that you can click quickly, just in like one click you can clear the cache. So this will help to clear cache, because generally like we go here setting and lots of things we have to do in Chrome. Then bug magnet, you can, like let's say we were here auto test data you guys have seen, but if still like without generating from there and if you want to like let's say you directly want to fill the data here, so you just right click bug magnet you can use. Here you can fill the like directly, let's say email we want to fill, valid email with subdomain. So like this you can also use this to fill the data. Then window resizer is very helpful tool if anybody is doing the testing, which you want to do the testing in like different window size. So let's say you want to test the website for different screen size, like mobile or something like that, iPad. So click here whatever size, let's say this one, iPhone 5 or 15 whatever. So if you will select this one here, it will change your screen size like that. Okay, so right now I have a lot of extension in screen, so this way, so this way you can just change the screen size as well. Then next one is, okay, one second. And next I wanted to show you guys, okay, it has changed this one, CSS viewer. If you want to see any CSS of particular element quickly, then you can use the CSS viewer as well. So that will help you guys if you are doing the CSS testing. And these are some of the logos of some few companies where SelectorsHub tools are currently being used. So yeah, you guys can trust, you guys can, like, if those plugins are not allowed in your company, you can just request them and they will approve them, and it will help and saves a lot of time for you people. With that, thank you so much guys. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. You guys can follow and connect with us on different social media platform. You can scan and then you will be able to get this. Any question, any feedback, feel free to let me know. I will upload this video tutorial here on SelectorsHub YouTube channel. If you guys let me just share the YouTube channel link so you will not miss that. I will share that. Request you all that you can subscribe so that you don't miss any future update, and it will help you guys. And I will request all of you that please do present these tools in your company and let others know. If you have any question, do let us know, and it will definitely help them and save a good amount of time for those, for your team. And if you feel like they can save a more time, like you guys need more, and then in that case you can recommend your company the pro version. They will definitely help a lot.
Yes, sure, Sanjay. It's really an informative session, and you have gone through all the tools as quickly as possible, and it's really informative. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. Great to hear.
Sanjay, if we want to approach you, so what's the quickest way to connect with you if we have any need?
You like, you guys can connect on LinkedIn, or best, like, you can write on support at Selectors Hub, or the live chat for any kind of support on website. Email is the
Okay,
best thing. You can write like support at selectorshub.com. It will reach to me.
okay, that's great.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? And please do leave a review on SelectorShub. Like, you can leave a review, a small review about these such kind of boot camps, or like about the tool on Chrome Store, Web Store. That will really help me a lot. That's the only thing I can ask you guys. And yeah, with that, thank you so much, everyone, once again. I will stop the recording. Thank you.